All right, 56 degrees out there. Brr. You better enjoy today. It might be the last 82-degree day with some rain on the way and definitely a cold front. The lows next, or the rest of the week, are going to be mighty chilly. JC?
That's why I've got on a short sleeve shirt today, because it may be the last time I get to wear one this time of year, because, hey, it's coming up here. Like Gloria's telling you, the weather, it is going to be a changing. Good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us on this good-looking Tuesday morning. This is Athens in the AM. Got to say, Tom this morning, we'll talk with Mac in just a moment, too, show him. They kept Zorro over the weekend. How was your experience?
Oh, we enjoyed it. Very nice.
Yeah, well, good. I've been know some making dogs sit now. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff going on this morning. Tony's on the phone, 230-499. I don't even know what that number is. Never use it anymore. We'll talk with Frank in just a little bit, too, about something that maybe happened when he was growing up as a kid. Frank's all mic'd up and ready to go, but we'll check with him in just a moment. Frank's in here. Frank, does that microphone there, is that lining you up like the old-fashioned radio way?
That brings back lots of memories, yes.
Yeah, you and Abby Kay have a good chat this past Friday?
We did.
Yeah, well, good. All right, we're getting ready to go over to Gloria with the weather. As I say, Tony's on the phone this morning, so she'll tell you about how the weather's going to change in just a little bit, because it's supposed to move in today. But first, let's talk about Auburn. Got tough. I don't know, Auburn's still the luckiest team in the dang nation. Beat Florida. Got LSU this week. I'll go over the spread in just a moment. And what about the mighty Crimson Tide? Hey, Trent-tacular. That's the headline in the Huntsville Times over the weekend. Man, did he put on an all. It reminded me of my days in school when I'd get juked by a good running back. But, man, what a great kid. I mean, he's should win the Heisman Trophy. I'm going to go ahead right now. After my observance over the weekend of watching all the football games and stuff, I'm going to say the Alabama-LSU game is not going to be as close as somebody might think. I'm predicting Alabama by at least 21-10 over LSU. Could be worse than that. That's just my thinking, and usually I'm right. Let's go to the weather right now. Here's Gloria to tell you about all the changing that's coming on.
I don't know about usually he's right thing, but I promise I'll pull out the flip camera if we lose and get him crying to share with everyone the next day, or when we return anyway. All right, let's talk about the weather. Cold front moving in, no doubt about that. And you know what? You better enjoy today. 82 for your high today with, yes, rain. You better keep it close. Well, we've got 76, but 82 for your high today. Rain this afternoon. Rain is already in Memphis, so it could get here a little bit sooner. Keep an umbrella handy just in case. High temperatures tomorrow. 57, can you believe it? Brr, that's the high, 35 for your low. Look at the rest of the forecast. Looks like we're going to be staying cooler temperatures, I think, fall, almost winters here. Anyway, there is an article that says expect frost this weekend. If you haven't pulled out your winter clothes just yet, well, you have less than 24 hours to do that before the cold weather arrives. So, yes, make sure you get those boots out, clean them up, and that's all there is to it. JC?
I'm just going to show off my new chalkboard. I finally got this done. I will be doing kind of a, sometimes I may have to do some sort of seminar or something.
Oh, really?
So I'll be showing our...
nice writing.
Yeah, nice writing. Yes, not me. But we'll be showing you, if y'all got something going on, we'll be using it. Rob Phramer arriving in the studio this morning, but I'll be showing y'all my new technique here with my new little blackboard, or genuine chalkboard in here this morning.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's good.
Got a lot of stuff going on. Hey, Rob, come on up and have a seat. Put your mic on there. I didn't expect you to be in here this morning.
I think Rob is here because he knows Rebecca's going to be on the air today.
She said I was supposed to be here.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember they said use people? Is that what they said? They called the Yankees you people?
That's why I'm on the show.
So what are you doing on today?
Mr.
That's why I'm on the
himself.
show. Because there was a segment last month on the show about
Yankees.
Northerners being called those people.
Those people.
I'm here to defend those people.
Or damn Yankees won. I mean, what is this?
So that's why I'm here.
Okay, well, it's good to see you.
It's great to see you guys. Well, Gloria's one of us, those people, too. So,
Yeah, well,
you know. Me too.
Yeah, but she married a living legend.
Yeah, that's what he tells
You know?
me anyway.
in your own mind,
Yeah, she married a living legend. All right, let me do a couple things. Good to have you up here, Rob.
You too. Good to
You
see
still
you.
preaching?
Rob.
I'm
Yes,
sorry
yes.
about your Yankees.
11 years at the church.
Sorry about your Yankees, didn't.
Oh, I'm sure. Go ahead, Pope.
Hey, Frank, on this date, in October 15th, 1951, I Love Lucy premiered on CBS with the episodes The Girls Want to Go to the Nightclub. Was that popular, Frank, back in your day? I was a little bit 2 years before I was born.
Yeah, we're real popular. Here was.
I Love Lucy.
Lucy and Desi, yeah.
Yeah? So you watched a lot of TV.
I did.
All right, now, Frank, I'm going to come back to you in a moment when I get to my #1 story, but right now, I just wanted to throw that in. You remember I Love Lucy, don't you?
Grew up on it, absolutely.
Grew up on it. Is that what you Yankees watched up in New York?
Now listen, don't get me started here this morning.
Huh?
I woke up very peaceful, all right? Very peaceful.
All right, let's talk about it.
He's still in mourning because the Yankees didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. But I don't. Your football allegiance, Rob. I know you're probably an NFL. Are you Alabama, Auburn, or
Giants, Jets for the pros, and I go for Alabama or Auburn. Whoever down here is doing well. I'm on the fence. I'm not.
Okay,
I wasn't born here.
That's the first.
You're the only minister I know. I mean, you got Tim over at Clements, who's a roll tighter from the get-go, and don't mind his congregation knowing it. You got Dusty down the road, that's a roll tighter, but and you trying to straddle the fence.
I'm like Johnny Cash. I walk the line.
Yeah. All right. BCS, of course, you got LSU 1, Alabama 2. By the way, I want to show a shot of Mac here. Mac's holding Zorro. Mac babysat dog sat over the weekend for us.
He watched them Saturday.
Yeah, he watched them all day. So did a good job, too. Mac, we got to keep him in a little black there. I don't want everybody to see his face, you know, so protect his identity. So, anyway, it's LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma. Oklahoma State, Boise State might as well kiss it goodbye. They ain't got a snowball's chance of making it. Wisconsin might slip in. But here to me, Tom, is the quote of you know, Alabama's got Tennessee this week. Here is what UT coach Derek Dooley, when asked about strategy against Alabama, quote, "Don't score first, it ticks them off."
That's pretty good.
Yeah, don't score first, it ticks them off. So that's Derek Dooley.
Pretty smart coach.
I wonder if he's going to be wearing his orange pants down there.
Sure. He wears them every game.
And they were doing a thing on that yesterday. Of course, Alabama's defense, Rob, in case you keep up with college football, we do have a weakness. We're only 5th in the nation in passing category, pass defense. Everything else, Alabama won. In scoring defense, 7 points a game. Total defense, 184, and 1 in rushing defense, 38 yards. We've allowed 148 yards passing per game. Tennessee, Alabama. Mac, let me give you the line on everything in case somebody might be out there betting today. I'm going to say Alabama is a 28-point over Tennessee. LSU is a 22.5-point over Auburn. Y'all think that's about fair?
Wow.
Those blowouts.
I don't know if they'll beat if LSU will beat Auburn that bad.
If Auburn has that rabbit foot in their pocket, they might pull it out.
That's been the luckiest team all year.
Been winning.
But Robert, Harvey, you get up this early? You used to be a regular on the show, didn't you?
No, I get up early.
Start sleeping.
I get up early, 5:15 or so every morning. So this is good.
So you're up here today to defend your Yankeeism, is that right?
Well, I wouldn't go put it like that exactly, but
Because you have better grammar.
I didn't say that. No.
I did.
No, but you know what it is like when you hear you know, people who are very staunch about their stance of, you know, of course this is a wonderful town and community, but we're Americans first to me. You know, and I guess last month when the piece was aired, it was right after 9/11, and I was thinking about us, America getting hit. And we have like other enemies out there, real enemies, not the North and South is like kind of chasing ghosts. You know, it's sort of like it's so.
Rob, you took
long.
that so serious. They were talking about back then, not today.
Well, some of us ain't give up
Well,
yet.
that's not exactly true, Gloria. That's not
right.
exactly true.
Some of us haven't given it up. That's right.
I've had somebody actually tell me after that segment about
You're kidding.
something very, somewhat, I wouldn't say derogatory, but somewhat negative about the. And I said, that's so long ago.
Well, then you go.
Well, that's why we have a minister up here
That's
today
right.
to keep
Set
us
'em
in line.
straight.
Try to keep it clean.
Hey, Rob. Well,
Yeah, don't cuss.
you got several. You got any young ones anymore? You got teenagers? Or how old are your kids?
Yes, they're 12, 14, and 18.
All right. Do you ever have any disciplinary problems with them? I mean, they're probably good kids, you know.
Every once in a
ministers'
while, you know.
And Tom, I know how good Mac appears to be. I don't know what he's like when I'm not looking. But this is why I've got Frank mic'd up too. 'Cause in just a second, Frank, I'm going to come to you over there. But this is what dear Jamie this morning. Actually, it's out of the News Courier. But it's something people like me or Tom, you probably not, but
Not
Frank
me.
can relate to. It says the other day, my daughter threatened to wash her 4-year-old's mouth out with soap. With soap.
Okay.
I don't want to interfere in how she disciplines her kid, but I told her I'm totally against putting soap in a child's mouth. I explained, the soap contains many chemicals that could be harmful. And although my granddaughter would certainly like to spit it out, a great deal of it would likely be swallowed. I know this form of discipline has been around for a while. Would you please tell me whether or not this could be harmful?
This is serious.
Well,
That's sad.
well,
Serious.
that aside, All right, I couldn't find a bar soap, but I got some soft soap in here. So, Mac, with Tom's permission, with Tom's permission,
He says, no
I'm going
way.
to squirt some of this in your mouth. But let me tell you the reason, and then Frank, stand by. My mama, on several occasions,
Several.
when I was a kid growing up in the big town of New Hope, washed my mouth out with soap because I used a
Trash,
4-letter word.
trash mouth.
Book? What'd you?
No, I
don't
used
wanna
derogatory language. Let's go to a man who's probably had his mouth washed out with soap more times than we could think. Frank, did that ever happen to you?
Never did, Jamie. We were taught and not to say things like that, and we knew better than to say it, so I didn't have any reason to get mine.
So you don't know if anybody ever got their mouth washed out with soap?
Yeah, I know some, but
Did you ever wash your kid's mouth out with soap?
I did not. I didn't
Rob
have a
has.
cause to use that on them either.
Do you see anything wrong with washing somebody's mouth out with soap?
No, I can't say it'd be harmful, no.
So you're a doctor now.
No. You wash your hands with soap, so what's the difference?
All right, let's go back to Mac.
Well, kind of.
All right, Rob, have you ever, wait a minute.
Yes. In our house, it was we had two.
Now, is this you growing up or is this your kid?
Growing up, no, not me.
This is
In New
north,
York.
right?
This is a northern thing, I
Okay.
guess. I don't. Maybe it's an abuse thing. I don't know. But I used to like the weeks we used to buy like the ivory soap because that was like
Right.
tasteless. But we bought Irish Spring.
Oh, ooh.
I had to be careful with my words because then that was
So-
rough. That was rough.
What kind of language were you using when you were a hellion?
I was just talking about my sisters and how great they were, and I just get the soap. So.
So this happened numerous times to you.
A few times.
Tell me-
Again, it depends on the week we bought the soap. I like the ivory soap. The Irish Spring, that was...
So this was a regular thing for you.
I've ingested chemicals, yes. Absolutely.
You know, funny, I was thinking that was a Southern thing, and a Yankee comes here this morning and tells me he got his mouth washed out with soap, too.
Yankee, you have to
never
get
did.
that out. See, I came here for a reason today. You have to stop with that.
Just
You know
sitting in all
what?
the
I
segments.
am a purebred Alabamian who just happened to be married to a Yankee. I got nothing, as long as the Yankee women are good looking, I ain't got nothing against them.
Jamie.
Gloria, say something. Say
Jamie.
something.
I can reach
Tom,
from
did you ever get your
here.
mouth washed out with soap?
I sure didn't.
Has Mac ever had his mouth washed out
No.
with soap? Well, this time it happened. Mac,
Come here, Mac.
for downgrading Bama.
And putting that auburn handkerchief around Zorro. Saturday.
Oh, Rob, I just didn't expect you to be the one that was the bad one of the bunch.
Well, see,
In
Mama
my
straightened
family?
him out. That's why he's a preacher now.
Yeah, exactly. You know those stories, preachers, how they turn from, that's what happened to me. So
Good, but I mean, I was just a cusser, I guess.
Thank goodness for Irish Spring.
Yeah.
that stuff will set you straight.
But anyway, how many of y'all have had your mouth washed out with soap or you've done it to your kids? I know one thing. My kids, I never did to my kids, but they need it now, today. They need anything.
We can all slip.
Clean up society. Wash everybody's mouth out with soap. All right, I'm going to take a break, come back. We've got Miss Archives in here this morning.
Rebecca is here. Everyone wake up.
Yeah,
Gonna wake you up.
Miss Archives in here this morning. We have a new set since you've been in here.
You can only see her
So
legs.
we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll do CNN when we come back in just a moment. I guess we'll take a break. Y'all hang on.